Hello and welcome to the first line of Gate 10. Gate 10 is treading, it is the behavior of the self, and the first line is called Modesty. The lines of the 10th gate are lines of profiling, and these are the lines of role. From the second to the fifth line, it is quite easy to say someone's a hermit or a martyr, an opportunist or a heretic. We have easy words to work with. Ra gave us an alternative word to work with for the line of modesty. Well, he firstly said the investigator, but he also said we could call this line the chameleon. All first lines are chameleons. That is, they can adapt so quickly to their environment that they seem to disappear. And all first lines want to be allowed to dig into their foundation. They want to be left alone. They're not transpersonal, so they don't know there's another side. They just want to blend in, disappear, be allowed to do their thing. But of course, chameleons can also fool you because they blend in. You don't necessarily know that they're there. Or in the sense of the structure, you don't really know how much they can know. Because after all, the structure is to be introspective. And then all of a sudden, that chameleon can stand out. And it can be quite startling. The nature of this line is that it asserts not as ego, but as selflessness. I don't know why that sounds funny. Selflessness. Yes. Lifetime learning. There is a lifetime learning here. An innate sense to know and accept one's place. Human beings operate through hierarchies. There are those who are more successful in the world and those who are less successful in the world. This is the way and the nature of the world. For the 10-1, the correct behavior is simply to accept one's place. That is all. Nothing more, nothing less. Inherent in the 10 and the first line is the acceptance of one's place, whatever that place happens to be. This is the foundation and the basis of correct behavior. And as Gate 17 points out, there is no end to hierarchies. There is a place for all of us in time. And to accept one's place is to find grace, to accept what you are, to accept your nature. I accept that I'm here to feed blackbirds. Remember, the 10th gate is the route of awakening. The 1020 being the channel of awakening. And awakeness is being yourself. In the exaltation, a valued sense of purpose, no matter what the position. The ability to know one's place and how to act despite circumstances. These are people who are comfortable with beggars or kings or anyone in between on the social levels. They can fit in. Everybody is looking for their purpose. Your purpose lies in fulfilling your behavior, in being yourself. All the themes of love are pointing at the same thing over and over again, to be yourself, to accept what it is to be in the world, and to accept that the world is both a hard place and an easy place. Only in this acceptance is there a sense of purpose. In the detriment, the affliction of oversensitivity and hurt feelings, oversensitivity to external conditioning of behavior. The first line is there to find the foundation of what behavior is, and so they're genetically designed to be able to fit in with any kind of behavior as a way of investigating it primarily. But their behavior is always correct, whatever they're doing. The self is always at risk from the outside. The self, by its nature, is selfless. It's not ready to make any claims. It's too modest for that. And yet, the moment that it is connected to the outside pressures and conditions it to take responsibility for its nature. The child who has the 10th gate in the first line is always acting correctly. even if you don't like what they're doing. And they can suffer from hurt feelings because inside of them, genetically, they know, and this is all about knowing, that their behavior is correct. In the interference with their behavior, the outside trying to influence their behavior. And this is the 10th gate, which is part of individuality. You remember, it's deaf and it's stubborn. It doesn't want to be influenced. So it's going to be deeply resistant to that. And you can really hurt their feelings by telling them that their behavior is wrong, because they will be very sensitive to that. It's one of the things to remember about any of the G-center gates, actually, because the G-center is all about identity. So when you criticize the behavior of a G-center gate, that person takes it very personally, because to them, you are criticizing their identity. It can be very hard for us human beings to just accept what the gods have dished out for us, but it's the only way. This is the correct behavior. It is the foundation of all behavior. It is the foundation of the behavior that will create perfected form. It is the foundation of the behavior for a perfected conviction. It's the foundation of behavior that will lead to being awake. All of it comes down to accept your place. And the grounding is coming in gate 15. The first line is called duty. It is your duty to accept your place. This is the correct behavior to express. If you are yourself, you cannot fail. It's not possible. And accepting your place isn't in any way a subservient action. It's a deep recognition of the truth of who you are. That's accepting your place. The moon is still in gate 7, so we still have the channel of the alpha, as the moon is hanging out with Mars there in gate 31. And next we have gate 4 at 10:23, all times GMT, remember. And we have a channel here with Saturn in gate 63. Gate 63 is the head center gate of doubt. It's called after completion. Gate 4 is the Ajna gate of formalization. This is youthful folly. And the channel here is the channel of logic. So it gives its name to the whole circuit. And this is a design of mental ease mixed with doubt. It's a channel that works best as an outer authority for others. We found this when we talked about gate 11. All of these head ajna mental gates and channels are all about outer authority. So the answers that come to satisfy the doubt and are given in service to the other, rather than being used to try and understand one's own life. That way madness lies. The moon moves into gate 29 at 21:03. This is the gate of the abysmal, the gate of saying yes. And we have another channel, this time with the south node in gate 46, the determination of the self, the love of the body, the temple. The channel is called discovery. It's a design of succeeding where others fail or failing where others succeed. This is the abstract sensing circuit. It's a generator channel. The 29 is in the sacral, the 46 in the G center. So once you have made a commitment, once you are clear, you've had that aha, however it expresses for you, you have to give yourself up to the experience, releasing all expectations about the outcome. In this way, you discover that there is no such thing as success or failure. There is only continued discovery. And the final gate in this report is gate 59 at 7:51 tomorrow morning. This is the sacral gate in the tribal defense circuit. This is the gate of sexuality, and it often expresses in the world as a need to be intimate with others, sometimes sexually, sometimes through deep friendships or business connections even. Mechanically, this gate determines our individual sexual strategies for attracting the best mate. This is another role gate. It's a generator gate. It demands response to mating rather than just jumping into bonds prematurely. Jumping in results in just staying on the surface of intimacy rather than penetrating, to the core of another being. Okay, that's the 10 in the line 1. Thank you very much for joining me. Back for a second line tomorrow. And yeah, until then, as the 10th gate is telling us, love yourself, love being in this incredible world. And yeah, you're glorious. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, go gently. Bye-bye.